I want to talk about something that I noticed. Canelo Alvarez, he's been using David Benavidez as a weapon. Canelo has been the puppet master in the super middleweight division. So not only is he holding up the division by not fighting David Benavidez, but Canelo is using David Benavidez as a weapon against his opposition. Caleb Plant wanted a rematch with Canelo, right? In order for Caleb to get a rematch, he had to go fight David Benavidez. We know that Caleb Plant wasn't going to beat David Benavidez. Demetrius Andre has been trying to fight Canelo for the past 4 years at least. In order for Andre to get to Canelo, he had to go through Benavidez. Canelo is using Benavidez like a dragon in front of a castle protecting a queen. Or in this case, the king, because Canelo, he is a man. Although some may question his courage or his cojones when it comes to stepping in the ring with Benavidez. Overall, Canelo has been using David Benavidez as a way to stop certain guys from getting to him without ever really having the intention of fighting Benavidez's damn self. And it's well played by Canelo. Floyd Mayweather attempted to use this trick years ago. Floyd told Keith Thurman, if you want to get to me, you have to fight Errol Spence. And Keith Thurman said, no way, Jose, no thank you. Keith Thurman was smarter than Demetrius Andre. He understood what it would have meant if he fought Errol Spence. He just wanted to get to Floyd. He understood styles make fights, and Keith Thurman had a much better chance of beating Floyd than he would have had of beating Errol Spence at that time because Floyd was aging. Now Canelo is aging. Andre had a much better chance of beating Canelo. Andre most likely would have beat Canelo, but he had to go through the dragon that was guarding the Canelo castle, David Benavidez. This is the same dragon that Caleb Plant had to try to go through if he was going to get the rematch with Canelo. So Canelo has been utilizing David as a weapon against all of his enemies, and we don't even know if Canelo's going to fight David. And you know what's the crazy part? The crazy part is people always say, who has David fought? David isn't anybody. But Canelo told Demetrius Andre, you haven't fought with nobody. And then he sent him off to fight David Benavidez. So if David Benavidez is nobody, why would Andre have to go through David Benavidez in order to get to Canelo? Ding, 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 ding.
Hey,
Yo, it's good.
hey, how you doing, KJ?
Um,
How you doing?
I wanted to talk about this, man. I just found a major contradiction.
Okay. What's up, Kawaki?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, man. Hey, Kawaki, the Wickedy, remember to go on mute, Wickedy, because you got the echo.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
Yeah, you good. I'm a little bit under the weather, but anyway, check this out. Canelo told Demetrius Andre, "You are a horrible fighter. You fight with nobody." Then Canelo's fans say that David Benavidez hasn't fought anybody. So that would mean David Benavidez is nobody, correct?
Right.
But in order to get to Canelo, guess who Canelo sent Andre to fight? David Benavidez. If David Benavidez is nobody, then why would that earn a man a fight with Canelo unless David Benavidez is somebody? David Benavidez is one of the best in the division. Everyone knows this, but people just don't want to admit it.
Right. I think it's just the Canelo fans don't want to admit it that David is somebody.
Yeah. Also, I believe that Demetrius Andre would have beat Canelo. Him going to go fight David Benavidez was mission impossible. That was a suicide mission. He had no chance of beating a man that large. In the same way, I don't think Canelo really has a real chance of beating Benavidez. But Andre and Canelo, they're both undersized for super middleweight. So it would have been a perfect fight for the two fighters. And I think Andre would have came out on top because of his length, because of his awkward style, because of his gas tank, his stamina, his experience.
Yeah, I think he would have been too big for Canelo. Just how Bivol was, honestly.
Or no, I don't think he would be that big for Canelo. I think it would be more his length because Canelo is short. So I think Andre would have been able to use his length. But Benavidez is going to be like Bivol, but it's going to be worse because Benavidez is the same size as Bivol. He's going to be able to deal with Canelo's power. Canelo knows this, but he's going to be much more aggressive than Bivol. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to get the stoppage. Kawaki, thanks for liking the live.
Yeah, that's why I give Caleb Plant props because he got to 12 rounds of hell with David Benavidez. Like he got really hurt in that fight, but he didn't win.
24-foot ring, the largest possible ring he could have got. Caleb Plant had to go get the Nevada State Athletic Commission to sign off on the size ring that he asked for. He also had to get David Benavidez to agree to it. The man asked for an ocean. He asked for a 24-foot ring, the largest ring he could have gotten possibly. That's the only reason he made it to 12 rounds. That along with the hugging. The fix was in.
Oh yeah, he was hugging a ton. Yeah, I do remember that now.
Did you just say David would stop Canelo? Uh, Elijah Johnson, David, not only would he stop Canelo, but he would stop him within 10 rounds.
I don't see. I can see him outboxing Canelo, but I can't see him stopping. Canelo has the chin, so
No, 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 no. Listen, Bivol had Canelo hurt. Canelo was tired in that fight. Bivol isn't that aggressive. Canelo was getting his ass rocked, and he was worried. Benavidez will stop Canelo. Mark my word. Remember I said this in these lives. This is not the first live I said this. This is not going to be the last time I say this. I don't even think the two are going to fight. But if Canelo is forced into that ring, I'm going to tell you something too. Canelo recently, in an article, he said he wanted to make David Benavidez wait a bit. He said he has 2 dates. He said May and September. But on neither one of those 2 dates does he want to fight David. He said he wants to make him wait a bit because it's best to wait a bit for the big fights.
but
But
the thing
really,
about it is, one thing I got a question about that. He letting David gain the experience. He letting him get the experience,
but
and that's gonna
also
be bad.
David,
That's gonna be bad for Canelo.
that's going to be bad for Canelo. But is David going to
Facts.
be able to make weight in 2 years, 3 years?
Oh yeah, he gonna be ready to go up.
Exactly. Canelo knows what he's doing. He's waiting, and he's also
Oh,
waiting to see if somebody else beats David before then,
hey,
because
I
he can do
wanna.
the same thing and say, "Well, look, he lost to that guy, so he would have lost to me." The same Demetrius Andre trick that he just pulled.
I want to bring in some more fighters from the lower divisions about that too. I want to think about like Tank and Devin. Tank might have made Devin waited Devin out to make him, move up because Devin was calling Tank out at 135 for years.
The
And
dynamics is different though. Tank didn't want Devin at 135, but at the end of the day, Canelo is undisputed at 168. Canelo has been the face of boxing for years, so Canelo can afford to do that shit.
I mean,
Tank
same for
has
Devin. He was
popularity.
undisputed at 135.
No, Devin was,
I know. That's
but
what I'm saying. Devin was undisputed at
exactly. But I'm
135.
saying you're saying Tank is the one that's waiting out Devin, so it's a false equivalency. Canelo and Devin are the ones that you're saying are playing the same role, but Canelo can afford to play that role because Canelo was undisputed. Devin and Tank is the opposite. Devin was undisputed, so how the hell can Tank wait on Devin? Tank should have forced that fight in the same way that Tank needs to get that fight now for legacy, or real boxing fans are always going to bring it up. But what it comes down to is whether or not Tank gives a fuck. I don't think he cares. He's eating, he's getting paid, he's still a star. But he has to get that Devin Haney fight.
Wait, I have a
Yes.
question. Do you think Devin Haney would beat Ryan Garcia?
Hell yeah.
Of course. It won't
Outbox
even be
Ryan.
competitive. It won't be competitive.
It wouldn't be competitive. Ryan isn't skilled enough. See, this ain't the amateurs when they both went 3 for 3. In the pros, it completely changes. You gain, hella boxing experience and shit like that.
It's not even the fact that it's not the amateur. Listen, Ryan's style is great for the amateurs. Let me go in, look fast, land
Oh
a good
yeah.
shot here
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, for
there.
sure.
In the amateurs, you can miss shots, but if you throwing punches, the judges are counting that shit. 12 rounds, where now it's about skill. Now it's about pacing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Now it's about footwork and shit like that. Now
Yeah.
it's about stamina. How bad do you really want it? How hard did you train? Ryan cannot fuck with Devin Haney in a
No.
championship fight at all.
Mm-mm.
Somebody said I feel like most of these fights at 135 will be overhyped. I don't know why, and I disagree. So Negro, if Haney or Tank or Haney and Shakur they fight, it's going to be so much pride on the line that you're going to see these guys fight to the death. Not to say we want them to die, but they're going to be trying to win, and they're going to be willing to go as far as they need to go. We already
Facts.
saw with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. It wasn't a war because Terrence was just that much better than Errol. Errol was weight
Facts.
drained. It was just a perfect storm. But it is what it is. We saw how champions really get down. Errol was willing to give his life in there because of the pride. That's how it is, especially with social media.
Facts.
Nobody wants to lose. These fights are going to be amazing if they happen.
Exactly. And extremely exciting too.
Wait,
Extremely
I
exciting.
have another question for both of you. Okay, if David Benavidez fought Better BF, what would happen?
Virgil Biev will win. Virgil
Better,
Biev will
yeah,
stop
better,
Benavidez
better.
and Bivol.
Just like how they said Benavidez will stop Canelo, better BF will stop Benavidez
And Bivol.
and Bill. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if that'll ever happen. I wonder.
I mean, if Canelo continues to duck, then best believe those fights are going to happen. Benavidez isn't like Canelo. He's like more like Devin Haney. Like he actually wants to make these fights. He's not afraid. He's like a don't give a fuck type of guy. Like he's that type of guy. He's the Benavidez and Devin Haney. They are who Canelo's fans think Canelo is. Like they're the real sharks in the water. But when you're
Yeah,
a shark like that, there's a potential that you could really die. Canelo hasn't really dipped down into the waters in a long time. There was a time when Canelo was trying to fight everybody. That time is gone. So now he's in a different part of his career.
facts. Haney won't be there for a lot of heavy. See, this my problem with that, Molly. A lot of heavy punches gotta hit you because there are boxers that are very very slick. So all these power punches that y'all be bringing up and saying like they got too much power, yes, they could touch them and knock them out, hurt them. Yeah, they can. But are they skilled enough? It depends on a certain opponent and the type of boxer they are.
I mean, in 12 rounds, you don't have to be skilled to land one punch. To be honest with you, like
Oh yeah, for
Haney
sure.
has been hit. He's been hit by damn near every opponent. The first time where he really put on a defensive masterpiece was against Regis Prograis, and Regis Prograis isn't even known for skill. Somebody like Tank Davis, Tank isn't known for skill, but if you watch him, he's known for his power, but his skill is extremely high.
Tank, in my
So
opinion,
Tank is going to touch Devin a couple of times.
Tank is both. He's skilled in with power.
Exactly.
That's the crazy part about it.
Right. So he's going to catch up with Devin sooner or later.
For
It's
sure.
going to come down to whether or not he can knock him out. Same
Facts.
thing with
Yeah.
Shakur. Those fights are going to be based on whether or not Tank Davis can get
But
the
the thing
knockout.
about it is, which one you think are harder fight for Devin, Shakur or Tank?
Shakur.
Shakur.
Shakur's feet are faster. Shakur and Devin, they got all that sparring history where it looked like Shakur was in control.
Yeah.
Shakur don't show no type of fear of Devin. Actually, I got to take that back because Shakur, if he really believed in himself, he would have took the 25%.
Facts. And
So,
the thing about
but
it
I
is,
still think he will be a harder.
after the Regis fight, Shakur have not mentioned Devin name at all, at all. Like before that fight, he used to always bring up Devin. Now I don't even see him even mention Devin.
Well, I think Shakur knows that he just need to fight anybody and put on a good show because his last show kind of hurt him a bit. Because I mean, it's not like he's one of the social media guys that's real popping. So his
Right.
boxing matches, his fights, they actually matter.
Facts.
Whereas if Tank had a bad day, Tank is still Tank. He's still a superstar. Devin had a bad day. Devin could fall back on his credentials, like some of the people that he's beat. Shakur hasn't beat anybody of note at 135. He hasn't had a super dominant performance like like a Terrence Crawford had, or he hasn't had a spectacular knockout. So every
Right.
fight matters, and his last impression on the fans is that he's a runner. So he's not him calling out Haney. He would just get mocked.
Yeah. Broner versus Haney. Man, Haney would tour with Broner. Don't do that.
Broner's still dangerous, but Haney will win.
Yeah.
They said Broner broke Maidana's jaw. I think Wickedy said that.
He did. Yeah.
Like that's
But the
crazy.
thing about it is, Broner don't let his hands go. That's my only problem.
Yeah, but if you breaking jaws, I mean, Maidana fought with a broken jaw. We don't know if Haney could fight through a broken jaw. That's something that's serious.
Yeah, that's true.
Broner was never anywhere near that level. No, Broner had a lot of potential. Broner could have been one of the best in the world, but boxing is like you have to do it year round. If you don't, you're gonna get. You saw what happened to Errol Spence. Errol literally went from being one of the best boxers in the world to now people acting like he was fucking trash. But it's his
Facts.
fault for not staying dedicated.
Facts. In my opinion, I ain't knocking Earl Spence. He's a former unified champ, shit like that, former pound for pound fighter. But what I'm saying is, it's just the fighting style that he has. It's not bad, but what I'm saying is, like, it's tailor made for someone like Terrence Crawford. It's tailor made.
I don't know, man. Um, Nothing that Errol threw seemed to be affecting Terrence. That was
Yeah,
odd.
yeah,
Like,
that's
come
what
on,
I'm saying.
nothing, no punch, not one punch affected Terrence at all. So
Exactly.
I gotta see the rematch, and after I see the rematch, then I will have a conclusion on how great Errol was, how great Errol is, and whether or not he ever had a chance against Terrence Crawford. And the rematch has to be at 154.
Facts. They said Frank
Is it
Martin versus
echoing for you
Devin Haney.
guys?
They said
Huh?
Frank Martin versus Devin Haney. I got Devin not boxing Frank.
Frank Martin, damn, he don't really have enough experience to even be fighting Haney right now.
Yeah, no.
Uh, There's a
In
bunch of
my
people
opinion,
for
he
him to
wouldn't
fight.
even he only got enough experience to beat Shakur.
Oh wait, my fault. I was thinking about Keyshawn Davis. My bad. Nah. Frank Martin need to be fighting those guys because he's an older guy, so he's never gonna have the experience. He's gonna have to get in there and see if he can win. I was thinking about Keyshawn Davis for whatever reason. Frank Martin, that'd be a good fight. Him and Haney, he would have to bring some dog out in him. He's athletic, so he always has a chance. Like he real fast, real fast. He has to figure out his style. It seems like he's still learning what style he wants to fight in, but it's too late for all that. He got to go in there and stick to a game plan. He could potentially beat Haney. He could potentially beat anybody because he's a great athlete. A lot of these black fighters, we rarely get to see them against another athletic black fighter with skill. Even when Haney fought Regis had flat feet. So
Facts.
Regis might as well have been, Mexican or something.
Facts. Might well been a Mexican flat-footed fighter.
Yeah, yeah, we know Martin started late, but Martin could box. I mean,
Facts.
Wait,
In my
here's a
opinion,
question.
Martin only 30, bro. And you see how Bud. I ain't saying that he's the same as Bud, but what I'm saying is if he stay training, he can keep his body. You know what I'm saying?
wait,
He can
Martin
still.
30 already? I thought Martin was like 25.
Now Martin like 28. Martin like tank age.
Oh, okay, damn.
Martin's like tank age.
Wait, I have a question. Who's the most skilled fighter today, in your guys' opinion?
Bud
I
Crawford.
mean, still that's subjective. But Terrence Crawford is a pound for pound number one. Go ahead, Kawaki.
I was just saying that Terrence Crawford. That's what I picked.
I agree with that. He's got every. I don't see any kind of skill that Terrence Crawford lacks, to be honest.
Me neither.
Nah, bro. Terrence Crawford get hit in the head a lot. I just broke down Terrence versus Boots full fight breakdown, how that fight will go, who I think will win on Patreon. It's a 35-minute breakdown. If you want to sign up, it's $1 a month. Terrence Crawford gets hit in the head a lot, doesn't really move his head nowadays. And like Salvador Sanchez, he doesn't mind getting hit in the head. So if the right guy cracks him, it could be good night, Irene.
Yeah, Salvador Sanchez, he was 23. He had a record of like 50 something and one loss. Unbelievable. And
Shakur, when he locks in, has the most skill to me.
Nah.
I don't
wait,
know.
you're talking about skill.
Nah. I'm reading this on Malice comments. He said that. I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know about that.
Me neither.
Said Bivol.
Mm, Bivol, it's a if.
Bruh, Bibble is not the number one skill in the world. Bibble is a
Hell,
guy who knows how to fight going in and out like Loma, like Usyk, but number one skill in the world, no. He's very good at the skills that he has, but he don't show all type of countering angles and all type of setups and traps.
Shakur,
Like his
Shakur
shit
may
is
have
pretty
the
good.
best defensive instinct. Yeah, but Shakur, the thing about it with Shakur is he gotta stop, doing the shit. He can't do the shit he do against Edward De Los Santos. Especially, what if he get in the ring with somebody just as quick as him and he can cut off the ring?
Like Tank.
I ain't saying they is. I'm just saying, what if somebody just as fast as
Like
him
Tank.
and we see it?
Like Tank. Tank just as quick as Shakur. Maybe
Facts,
quicker. Because he closest to the ground.
facts.
Loma got the
Yeah,
best skills. Nah, Loma got some of the prettiest skills, but best now you're talking about you have to factor in winning. Loma's skills don't equate to winning in the big spot, so his skills are just they pretty. but they're not effective.
Yo, could y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's
Yo,
Yeah,
good?
what's good?
Yo, let's go, bro. Listen,
yeah.
personally, I feel like Shakur or Boots got it for sure. Shakur, listen, all right, hear me out, hear me out.
Oh, okay, Boots, yeah, Boots, hella skilled. Okay,
All
but
right, look.
Shakur, I disagree.
So look, Shakur, you said Terrence Crawford don't get hit too much in the head, right?
No, I said Terrence Crawford gets hit a lot
Yeah,
in the head.
yeah, he gets the lot in the head. Yeah, yeah.
I think reason why Terrence Crawford does get hit a lot is because he likes to brawl.
In process. Is that the second time? Bye
You heard me,
bye.
KJ?
You said what?
I said reason why Terrence Crawford gets hit in the head too much is because he likes to brawl with people. He likes to overpower
Yeah,
his opponent.
but even when he's being defensively responsible, he's on the inside working all of that shit. When he was fighting Ava Nation, that's why I broke it down on Patreon. He's blocking and still getting hit in the head. Like he's not. This is what people. This is why a lot of people pick Floyd to beat him. Terrence Crawford's defense is good. It's not great, and his defense defending his body is great, but he gets hit the head whether he's brawling or not. Like Avenetian was throwing lead hooks and lead straights and all of that shit and landing. Avenetian, bro. Avenetian not fast. He's not super athletic, none of that shit. So anybody Errol Spence was landing shots. Errol landed a large overhand left right to Terrence Crawford's chin. He landed a bunch of hooks to Terrence Crawford's temple, but for whatever reason wasn't no steam with those punches. Floyd Mayweather said it was because Errol was too high, but regardless, the shots were landing.
All right, look. All right, so Haney has a thing for people who have bad performances, like Loma fought him after a bad performance.
Good point.
Regis fought him after a bad performance. So
Good
why
point.
when Shakur has a bad performance, he also said nothing about Shakur. Shakur ain't say nothing about him because he had a bad performance. He don't want to just call nobody out because he looks like a sucker for that.
That's true, but Haney sent Shakur 25%. Haney fought for 25% when he went to go fight Kambosos. Why didn't Shakur take that chance to prove himself and become the man
Facts.
at
And
135?
another thing
There's
is
no way around that.
Shakur, no, listen. Shakur requested 50-50 split. When in history has an undisputed champion ever 50-50 split a contender at any
With no
weight
belt.
class? In
All
any
right,
weight
number
class.
one contender,
And with only one fight in a division.
number one
He
contender, and he's a silver medalist.
look, all that shit
He
don't
had
matter.
one fight at 135. That doesn't make sense.
Um, let me tell
Yeah,
you something. The
he
reason
stopped somebody he
Shakur
never stopped before, touched before.
The reason Shakur did that is because Shakur, he's under Terrence Crawford. He learns from Bud directly. He saw how Bud was able to get everything he wanted out of Errol Spence to make that fight happen. But what Shakur didn't realize is that nobody is as desperate as Errol Spence. Errol Spence did it for the sake of boxing. A lot of these guys, they talk about all this legacy, that. Deep down, they don't give a fuck about no damn legacy. But Errol Spence, he truly did care about legacy because he didn't have to fight Crawford. He was the A side. He made it 50-50, damn near giving Crawford everything he asked for, even though monetarily, Crawford didn't deserve all of that shit. But Errol wanted to fight so bad. Haney didn't want that fight that bad to be going 50-50.
He
And so
said
before he made a miscalculation.
the only person Shakur beat is Valdez, and he ran his last fight. That's what Timothy said.
All
I
right,
mean,
so
that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
I understand that, but it's not like he didn't have a beautiful performance versus Valdez.
Great performance. Then he got the knockdown. Beautiful performance. I predicted him
Facts.
to beat the brakes off Valdez. That's what happened. He tattooed Valdez.
Facts.
Valdez's face looked similar to how Loma's face looked after he fought Haney.
Hey, so somebody said, hold on, hold up.
Hey, thanks for
Hold
reading
on.
these comments, Kawaki. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
People don't have those credentials to force 50-50. That's facts. That's why I don't know, bro, 25% or 20%, whatever the fuck, you're going to make a couple million. And if you win, you're going to become the man.
Facts.
So Shakur just made a bad career decision. Like, Devin Haney doesn't need Shakur Stevenson. Shakur needs Devin Haney.
Facts.
That's where we at right now.
Oh, and about the 22% that Devin took against Cambosis, they said that Devin actually like wanted to take 22% to fight Cambosis. Because they said before that Cambosis was not gonna fight Devin. So Devin just offered himself like lesser pay and
Yeah,
him to
that's
fight
Cambosis
bro.
Cambosis.
When
isn't
you want to
good.
fight, you do what you got to do, bro.
Facts.
Camposis
Hey
also had
man,
to take that
I
fight
seen
too.
that video you posted about Canelo and Benavidez, bro. Do you honestly think that Canelo is ducking Benavidez?
Listen, let me tell you what I tell you this, man. Canelo is ducking that man like he fucking running from the cops. Canelo ducking that man like somebody let off in the middle of a war zone. That man is deep, deep, deep buried in the trenches ducking Benavidez. And he's not the first great champion in history to duck somebody. Like this doesn't mean Canelo is any different from Floyd, who didn't fight Errol Spence or Keith Thurman when he was getting old. He's not no different from Sugar Ray Robinson, who didn't want to fight Charlie Burley or Ezra Charles. He's not any different from Jack Johnson, who didn't want to fight Sam Langford all those years ago. This shit happens. Canelo knows that it's a chance that he's gonna get knocked out against David Benavidez, and that's embarrassing for his legacy. He's already lost. He's lost twice, so he don't care about losing. But it's not the way that you. It's not if you lose or not once you've already lost. It's the fashion in which you lose. It would be embarrassing for Canelo to get stopped within 10 rounds, which I believe he will. He will be. So he knows that. Hopefully, you know that, and I know that.
I'm
They
just saying,
said
like
Javier, hold up before y'all continue. Javier said if Canelo is ducking Benavidez, why would he go to PBC knowing Benavidez is a PBC fighter?
Because he had PBC don't mean he have to ever fight Benavidez. Canelo already said he has 2 fight dates, May and September, and he said he wants to make Benavidez wait a bit longer, meaning those 2 fight dates he doesn't plan on fighting David. And for real, in the back of his mind, if he can avoid David, he'll do it.
I'm just saying, like right now, if he fought him right now, like it wouldn't present as much money as it would later on. Like say
Man, the
next
thing about it
later
is
on, like,
one
and
thing
at the
I
same
would say.
time too,
Everybody
Ben,
been clamoring for this fight for 4 years.
Benavidez.
This is not Mayweather and Pacquiao. Canelo, he is a kind of a global star, but he hasn't even broken pay-per-view records since he fought Floyd. Tank and Ryan, their pay-per-view did way better than any pay-per-view Canelo has ever done since Canelo fought Floyd. So he's not on the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao level. So all of this, let's wait and hold out for the fight. No, these guys ain't Floyd. These guys ain't Manny. They need to fight tomorrow. Canelo need to go ahead, get his ass knocked out, get that ass whooping, and go ahead and change the sport. Let the sport advance and move on from him, because he's no longer the best guy at super middleweight. But he also doesn't want to fight the top challengers at super middleweight, like the David Morrells and the David Benavidez.
I think he knows
I
that.
don't know.
I think he
It just
already
me.
knows
It
that.
just my. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion. I still got Canelo. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
still got.
bro. Canelo will break
Hey
Benavidez
man,
in
does
tomorrow.
not do good with pressure fighters. Look at the Bivol fight. That's
David
a I,
perfect
Morrell
example.
has
yo,
more
I will
skills than
bet.
all of
I
them,
will
man.
bet. I will bet anybody in here when that fight happens.
If
That's a
Mayweather had
great
power, he
stylistic
would have
fight
knocked.
for
If
Benavidez,
For
100%.
one,
Oh
Benavidez is not
yes,
knocking
hell
Canelo
yeah.
out
If
in the
May,
same.
you said
Wait,
hold
so
on.
y'all think Canelo don't got a chin?
He got
Yeah,
a
Y'all
bro.
think
crazy chin. He
Benavidez
has
is
the,
y'all
he,
think
his chin is
Benavidez is taking out
crazy, bro.
Canelo?
Oh
It's
no, he's
not
gonna
about a chin
Canelo.
though,
No.
bro.
The thing about it, listen. The thing about it is, would you say if Floyd had power, he would have knocked Canelo out? Floyd had
Yeah,
power. He broke his hand.
Do you know that Floyd said it
Whatever,
himself
bro.
that if his hands didn't start hurting in the middle of the Canelo fight, he would have went for the stoppage? Floyd
Floyd ain't
had
knocking
Canelo
nobody out.
backed up, and in the middle of the fight, he had Canelo backed up on the ropes. Excuse me, landing hard shots on his temple, hard shots on his body, and all of that shit. Floyd had to back off because his hands started hurting mid fight, and he still whooped that ass.
Facts.
Benavidez, he's
Young
a
Canelo.
larger man with larger fists. His hands ain't gonna start hurting, bro, and he's gonna have more volume, more offense than Canelo. He gonna walk that man down and stop him.
and he's physically bigger than Canelo, anyways. And trust me,
Exactly,
but
right there.
Canelo's gonna
You
break
see with
Benavidez's
Bivol, height,
arms, bro.
reach, all that.
He couldn't do nothing with Bivol because of the size differential. Benavidez is really supposed to be fighting at light heavyweight right now. He's in a perfect spot. That's
Weight
why
bully.
Canelo. Yeah, he's a weight bully, but who cares? Canelo was running from all these guys. So somebody said it earlier in the comments, and I agree with them. This is karma. Your ass ducked, and now you gotta fight that weight bully.
If
And
Shakur fight,
you
if
was
Shakur
looking
fight the
good.
same as he do against Tank as he did his last fight, they will give Tank the W.
No. Actually, Shakur will win with that style. That's the best style for Shakur.
Yes,
Make
that's
Tank take
he's definitely gonna outbox. I'm sorry, but he'll. I think
Tank ain't
he'll.
gonna be able to hit him.
Let me tell you something, man.
But have we seen Tank get in
Canelo,
his bag other than the Cruz fight, like in his deep boxing bag yet?
Oh,
Hell
Yes.
no. And he looked
Exactly.
bad in that fight.
No, he
Yes,
looked
he
good. The
did.
He did
previous
not
fight.
look.
Nah,
He didn't look bad.
Tank
You see,
bullied him,
the
bro.
Mario.
last
Tank
time
bullied him,
Tank
bro.
put his hands down and he started actually outclassing Cruz. That was like the little glimpses of how good Tank can actually box. Like, and you from Baltimore,
Bro,
KJ, you know Tank can actually box. He can sit
Cruz,
here and
Cruz got
outbox somebody if he
outboxed,
wanted
bro,
to.
easily.
He really
Yeah,
can. He's a
Cruz
but
good
beat
it's the
his
boxer.
difference
But
ass.
he's
between
not the
boxing
best
somebody,
boxer at that division.
huh?
But he's not the best boxer at that
Who is?
division.
Who is?
Who is?
140 or 135. Tank.
135.
You
Who's
said
better
who
than
is
Tank?
though, Elijah?
Oh,
Huh?
if you talking about boxing wise, skill wise, it's Devin for sure.
No,
No, sir.
it's
No,
Shakur.
sir.
Who is
Shakur?
better at 135 than Tank?
No, sir. I'm sorry.
Shakur.
Tank
Hey,
has Tank
at
can
one,
Shakur
box
better
if
and
you
than
he
talking
has
Tank.
about
the
listen,
power
listen,
to back
listen.
it
Shakur
up
If you
with
better
it.
talking
than
about
Tank.
at
Now, if you say
135
something
as of
different, you
now,
can't tell me different.
nobody beating Tank as of now at
That's
135. But if
my
you talking
thing
about
is Tank
140,
would have stopped Regis. Regis
Get
not
Tank
taking that many
Tiafimo right
punches
now.
from Tank.
Get Tank Tiafimo.
Tank will beat
Tiafimo
you
will
if you
handle
know. I
Tank.
just did
Bro,
a
That's a
Tank
video
will
on
fact.
it.
destroy you,
Tia,
bro.
what?
Bro,
Whoa.
Tiafimo got dropped by
Okay,
bro,
Cambosis, who
Tiafimo
can't
boxing,
even
bro.
He got
punch.
caught off guard. That happens. It's boxing.
that's a paper
He got
champ.
caught off guard.
He was off balance. He caught him with a good
Bro,
shot. He caught him
the
moving
only
in.
Yeah, that's
What?
a
thing
paper champ.
Yo, let me tell you something though. Let me tell
he
you
got
something.
he got dropped by Sander Martin too.
This is why Tank is gonna beat T.O. I just did a video on this before this live, and I wasn't even gonna bring this up in the live, but Tank and T.O. were sparring when Tank was like a young man and T.O. was a little kid. So I think that Tank has a mental hold over T.O. because of those sessions. Tank was treating him like a little boy because he was a little boy, moving him around when he wanted to, eating all his
He got more
punches,
experience
popping
too.
with his left hand whenever he wanted to. I mean, he has more experience, but I'm just saying the last impression that T.O. has in his subconscious of Tank Davis is Tank toying with him like he was a little ass boy. And that's
right?
gonna pop up if they meet each other in the real ring. I don't care what nobody says. Boxing is 99% mental.
So whenever Tio was like 17, that has an effect on what he has now.
Boxing is 99% mental. It's hard for people to conquer. If
He got little
somebody
boy.
does something to you when you're a kid, most people they will never confront
Hey,
that person. Bro.
hey, I'm
They
I'm gonna have
never
to
confront
disagree.
that person.
Let me tell you how. T.O. has fought better competition. He's fought better fighters. It's not gonna be the same. This it's
I
not
don't
gonna be the
know.
same.
No, he
No,
hasn't.
He has.
no, he has no. T.O.
Yeah,
has
he
For
has.
fought.
for
T.O. has
right
fought.
now,
T.O.
for
has
right
fought
now,
better
for right now,
competition.
I
T.O.
mean,
has
But
we
fought.
can say that,
Anybody fight
but
right
anybody
now,
too.
but like
I don't know.
Listen. Yeah,
I feel like
all
like
y'all
when
agree.
Tank,
All y'all agree. Styles makes fights. You know that, right?
yeah,
Right.
style makes fights, but it's boxing is 90% mental. It don't matter who the fuck T.O. done fought. He hasn't fought Tank Davis. And Tank Davis used to toy with T.O. like he was a little ass kid. Tank
Yeah,
was
whoa.
gonna go into that
but
fight with that same
that's what
mentality.
that's when they were younger though.
Look, I promise. Listen, it's a lot of people who cannot beat their big brother to this day because of the. It's like embedded in their body what the brother used to do to them.
That
I'm
little
telling
bro.
you, that shit
Little
gonna
bro
pass,
them.
bro.
Yeah, little bro mentality.
Yeah,
All right, so
it's
look,
gonna pop up.
y'all say Tank is a good boxer, but what rounds has he really won by boxing?
Bro, do you know how
Pedraza,
he fights, bro? He waits for
he
the
boxed the
opening.
hell out of Pedraza.
He's an
wait,
IQ
like
fighter. I
hold
wouldn't
on, hold on,
say
hold on. Like,
he's
what
the
you mean
best
about
boxer.
that
He don't
question?
win round. He don't take rounds. He wait.
Yes, yeah, he,
Hey, wait, hold on. Before
I
you,
feel like
Elijah, before you continue, who said that Tank's weights? Like who said that?
Me, TikToker.
One thing I got to say is Tank cannot wait on the elite fighters. They aren't the Mexican fighters he's knocking out. He got to come in there
or
and let
But
his
David.
head down.
Devin ain't gonna wait for nobody. Devin gonna be scoring.
Exactly. Exactly.
For
You
sure.
have to. He had to come in there and box and actually pressure them to get the knockout. They ain't Leah Santa Cruz, Hector
Mario
Garcia,
Barrios.
Mario Barrios, shit like that. Like they not them.
I think Mario Barrios is a good boxer though. I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
he's pretty
very
good. You
good.
guys
he's
have to
pretty
think
good.
about the
He's
I
pretty
really do.
good. He's all right.
He just did Ugas really bad. And I
Ugas
No,
like
no,
washed
no,
as
no,
Ugas.
I
hell,
don't.
bro.
No. The Ugas fight don't count.
Oh God, he's washed as hell.
Listen.
guy was
Errol Spence,
wise
I
yo,
like
when
Ugas, bro. I do like
Ugas.
Ugas.
As
Ugas
soon
fought
as
Arrow.
Barrios touched
Bro.
that eye, the eye swelled up. So Errol Spence ended Ugas' career when he
Yes.
broke the eye socket. So every
Yes, he
time
did.
somebody touches it, it's gonna swell up. I don't
That's
know.
true.
Ugas, he should hang it up. He should take his million or 2 million that he made
So
Yeah,
off
what
it.
you think
Ugas
Earl
is
should do?
finished.
What you think Earl his next move? What you think his smartest
He's
move should
gonna
be for
rematch
Earl?
Bud, bro. That's the next move.
Man,
I don't
Bud
think. I
will
don't
get
think
his
they're gonna
ass
do
whooped
that. I don't
again,
think they're
bro.
gonna do
He
that
gonna
one.
get his get
No,
back.
Man,
they
that
said it's
rematch
gonna
gonna
come for
happen.
the rematch.
Yeah, it's definitely
He
gonna
got
happen.
eye surgery. He literally he living his life thinking about what happened to him every day. He's
I ain't
gonna
gonna
cut.
lie.
So why he say? Why I
I
got a
ain't gonna
question.
lie. I would go with Arrow, but I'm kind of leaning to
Nah,
Crawford
he
now.
ain't gonna beat Bud ever.
Yeah, he
Hey,
ain't gonna never be Bud.
Errol
yeah.
Spence went into the fight saying no excuses, and then after the fight, he says he had eye
Hey,
surgery.
He
here's
Then
a,
he
needs to
said
stay away from
he
Bud.
said
True.
he didn't live the lifestyle of a boxer.
man.
Before
Listen,
he
this all
said
I
that,
got
I
to
mean, the
say.
video
Man,
2 days
Earl need to
before he
stay
said
away
that,
from
and I
Bud.
explained that he was in a full-time position trying to play a part-time job. Like, no, you got to be in shape year-round at the top. You got to be focused year-round at the top.
That's
Errol
why
was
Floyd was
drunk,
different.
Errol was partying, not taking care of his body, and that's why it was so hard for him to make 147.
Yep. That's
Not
why
only
Floyd was
that,
different. Floyd was
before
in
the
the
fight
club
even
drinking water,
happened,
running
Yeah,
there.
Floyd was drinking water, bro.
Floyd
before
was
the
in the
fight
club drinking
happened,
water and running there in Timberland boots. Floyd was different than all these boxers. He stayed committed
No,
100
Bud
times
just
out of the
like
year.
Floyd. Bud just
Floyd,
like Floyd, though. He just don't get the credit. Bud trains 7 days, 7 times a week. No rest day for his camps. And he
them
did a
dudes
free
are
camp.
pure boxers. That's all they live, eat, sleep boxing. That's why that's what type of boxers like. That's making money
Facts.
and doing like numbers these days is the pure boxers, not the halftime, we partying, then
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
because it's gonna catch up to the guys like that.
exactly.
It's
See, if
definitely
I
gonna
was a
catch up.
boxer, but I'm gonna be like Floyd and Bud, bro. I'm gonna be dedicated.
It's easier said than
It's
done,
harder.
bro.
It's harder when that
Oh,
money in
oh
your
no,
face, bro.
I know it ain't easy. But I'm saying is, I'll put in the work for it. Is what I'm saying. I ain't saying it'll be easy. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like I'll work my ass off.
To that Racky, bro. You trying to go splurge out?
I know, but thing about it is, I've been
You
punched
like
in my mouth
Hey,
all
who
my
y'all
life.
got?
So
Beterbiev or Bevo?
who?
Brother Beer.
I don't know about
I got
that,
Bertie
bro.
I
Biev,
better
bro.
be better too.
Hey, all I say is either Benavidez by stoppage or knockout, or Bivol. If they go on 12 rounds, Bivol, I'll box in that ass.
Brother
Man,
Beer
Bertie.
is gonna stop Bivol
Bevo
and
gonna keep
Brother
Beterbiev at the end
Beer.
of his punches.
I'm not listen. Old men are taking over boxing. Y'all see Ismael Barroso. Y'all see
Barroso,
Barroso, he
Ryan
beat
at
the
the
shit out of
heavyweight
Roly.
division. Old men are taking over.
Man, he was on. Oh
Terrence
my
Crawford
god.
like 37 right now. I don't think there's nobody at welterweight that can beat him, bro.
ooh,
Oh, speaking of that old man, I think Ryan Garcia should fight him next.
Man, Ryan gonna get stopped.
Ryan gonna get knocked
I
out.
think Ryan is
They
fighting
trying to find a
Cruz.
perfect opponent for Ryan. They don't know who the hell to put him in there with.
I
Ryan's
think
a
Isaac
pig.
Cruz though. Isaac Cruz
Bro,
is
Rolly need to
real,
fight. Rolly needs to fight that old man again,
But
bro.
Rolly just
real
keep ducking at
Mexican.
this point. Like he's a duck.
Rolly
Ooh,
need to fight Barroso again.
On God, but
Rolly don't
Rolly
want to
a duck.
fight him no more, bro.
Bro, he
He
has
know
the interim belt,
he
Hey,
don't
bro.
want to
bro,
fight
man,
him no more.
Anybody who fights Rolly is winning.
listen. Barroso went on his villain arc after they robbed him of Rolly, bro. He don't win on his villain arc. That's
Bro,
all I got
Oh,
to
Rolly's
that
the
say.
motherfucker's
best
already
one
Bro,
at
fight.
that was
140, bro.
I
When
knew he
they
was gonna
when
knock him
they
out before Rolly, bro.
when
Barroso
when they
strong.
they killed his wife at a weigh-in. When they did that, he was already on his villain arc.
Bro, who better than Rolly at 140, bro?
Everybody that has a belt is better than Rolly.
Ryan Garcia, like what?
Rolly
Nah,
doesn't even have the belt that Rolly has is really supposed to be Ismael Barroso, but
Ryan
boxing
overhyped,
is
I've
son.
seen Ryan Garcia get cracked by Rolly in the spar. Had him leaking out his nose.
yeah,
But
yeah, but Ryan cracked Rolly with a bunch of left hands in that sparring too.
Yeah,
So when
and
he
like
took his
with a
headgear off,
lot of
he
hooks
used
as
small
well
left
Ryan
hands.
kind
too.
of
He's not gonna get knocked
overrated.
out. I think Ryan.
I
I
thought
think
Spar
Ryan is definitely overrated as well. His
Bro,
defense is
hey,
not
you
good.
said who's better than
He's gonna
yes,
get
Rolly
that
at
outboxed.
Duarte,
140?
that
He had a
Duarte
broken
nigga's tough.
Philly shell.
Rolly, hey, listen, that's all I got to say. Rolly just has power. That's it. He's
Devin beats
ass.
him. T.O. beats him. Matias beats him.
Oh God.
Ryan
I
was
Only
think a lot
one,
of these guys are
only
ducking
one he could beat is
Matias.
Rolly.
And I believe Barroso will knock his ass out if they rematch.
yeah, Barroso going. It's gonna be just like Rayo Venezuela and Chris
Chris
Colbert.
Colbert, yeah. Chris Colbert, yeah.
I'm
Like
really
like
excited for
Rolly
to
was
see
won
who's
that
gonna
bitch
step
mad
Bro,
in.
easy
Chris
like
Colbert had the
Matias.
nerve to ask for a third fight.
Hell no. Venezuela gonna knock his ass out again. That
Chris
hey,
Colbert could box. It seemed like he don't have enough power for lightweight. He seems too small for lightweight, but he could box. I'm glad he
who?
ain't never fight Tank because remember he was supposed to fight Tank.
Who Rayo?
Nah,
No,
nah.
Chris
Rayo need to
Colbert.
fight him now.
Chris
Chris
Colbert
Colbert.
lost to Hector Luis Garcia.
Tank would take that fight against Rayo.
Yeah, he's gonna
He
take that
will.
fight. That's the
He
fight. That's
will
gonna
Chris,
be
take
the
Chris
fight.
Colbert need to
That's
stay
a
to
good tune
130,
up for
bro.
him.
He need to
Chris
stay at
Colbert.
130.
He said, yeah,
Let's be
130
honest.
is the
Chris
weight for him.
no challenge for him though. Like
So what do y'all think is next for Matias?
Oh, fucking
that's
T.O.,
what
bro.
Anybody who sends him out,
Everybody
TO.
is ducking this
We
guy.
just know. We just say he wanted to fight Matias, bro. That fight would be so crazy. Oh my god.
That dude, that would
Bro,
take
Regis ain't
Regis
earned
to
no shot with
UFC after
I ain't
that.
gonna lie though.
UFC.
Don't I don't see that fight happening.
Regis is
And
going
if
straight to UFC after that
and
fight.
if
Bro, he's gonna
it
do it.
does
I ain't gonna lie.
happen, he gonna get
Regis
whooped
done,
on
bro.
that.
He's finished.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. If
It
Devin
might
was
be a
out
good
boxing
fight though,
nigga,
because if Matias go out there and think he
listen,
finna just eat
Yo,
Regis's punches,
that fight is gonna be crazy,
oh
bro.
it's gonna
God,
be a different
listen,
fight than
listen
y'all
though,
think.
I
listen.
gotta see
If
that shit.
Devin dropped him and wobbled him and outboxed him for all 12 rounds, bro, Matias would toy
It's
with Regis.
styles though. Because
Bro,
Bro,
Matias
he's
is
gonna have
gonna come
another
down
body
there,
on his record.
walk him down with his hands down, with his
think
chin
about
up,
Matias, he
and test
never
that
get
chin.
tired. He always keep punching. So
Matias gonna have another body on his record.
I don't know. I don't know. I like that fight. And stylistically, it's a good
KJ,
fight
they
though.
took a KJ, did it?
Oh shit.
Yo, Matias and Beterbiev fight this kind of the same. I noticed that.
Okay, what the fuck?
Who?
No, they don't, bro.
Matthias and Beterbiev, like they kind of have the same
What
kind
the
of
hell
same
they know,
style.
Bro,
boy?
you don't watch boxing saying that,
Bro,
bro.
Hell
listen, listen,
nah.
listen. Hear me out though.
Get the
They
That's
fuck out.
two
both
big
fight on the
names that are
inside. They
just
both fight
dropping
on the
people.
inside like the
That's it.
same.
They got
And
look,
they
Matias
take
style
punches. They
is
take
hands
punches to give
down in your
more. You know what I
face,
mean?
like come on, pressuring you out with volume
Berta
punches.
Biev was a whole Olympian. Berta Biev is methodical. He take his time. Like he got pretty decent defense. Matias is a wild boy, bro. He reminds me of Aaron Pryor. Like they don't fight similar at all.
Mm-mm.
Matias, when he fight, you could tell he don't give a fuck about his health or his opponent's
That's what I'm
health.
saying. But Beterbiev be taking hits too, just to dish more
Yeah, but
out.
Beterbiev, he actually tries to move out of the way sometimes. He actually tried to be defensive. I've seen Matias be defensive, but most of the time Matias just walking through shit.
Yep.
Man, Matias,
So
man.
you think
Hey,
that's gonna catch up to him with the
hey,
wrong fighter, or you think he's
yeah,
Of
just
course, of course. But will he catch up to the other fighter first? That's what it comes
that's
down. Like this shit is crazy, bro.
hey, what? So what happens? Hey, listen. What happens if Matias fight somebody who got just as good as power as him, but got more skill?
all
He's gonna
right.
be
So
in
let's
trouble.
say
but it's only a
Matias
select few like
versus
that.
Tango.
If
So
Nah, Matias
Look,
versus Tank is over with.
Tank would not
nah,
take that
bro.
fight.
Look, Matias
yeah,
is not no fucking
yeah, he ain't
Matias
going
is
up to 140
not
anytime soon.
Warrior.
Not anytime soon. So
We need to see Tank at 140. He gonna be those gonna be the
Oh God,
most
I
challenging
want
fights
Tank
of
to
his
move up to
career.
140. He didn't
yeah,
move up to 140.
He has to. Everybody else is going to 140. 135
Exactly.
now.
Tank
When
gonna stay down
You
there and
think they
fight
left
them.
because of Tank?
when Devin left, that was it.
No, when Devin left, he outgrew the division. He was too big.
No, I'm just saying that was it as far as
I feel like that was the
135 really
best
being lit.
decision for
Tio had
Devin when
already
he went
left.
to
Tio already
140. That
left.
was the best
Devin
decision.
left. And there's
That
a
was the
bunch
best.
of more killers with bigger names at 140.
Yeah.
Only people at 135 now. You got Loma old ass. He would never fight Tank. Tank would never fight Loma. You got Shakur. Shakur hasn't done nothing to get a fight with Tank. And they protected Loma from Shakur for years, so he's never gonna see that fight. And those
Lose.
are the only big names you got. Then you got Frank Martin, but it's like, what the fuck is taking them so long to get him a fight
Bro,
with a big guy?
Shakur don't bring no money to the
I
fight
ain't
to the
gonna lie.
table.
Man, I
To be
wanted to
honest,
see the
Frank
Shakur and
Martin,
Frank
he
Martin
haven't
fight so
fought
bad.
nobody though. Frank Martin haven't fought nobody yet, and Shakur
Frank
he need to
Martin
get
is
Yeah,
that.
up.
but listen. We have to. I already made a video about this today. No more. He hasn't fought nobody. No
He
one
plotting to
has
fake
fought
Muhammad Ali.
nobody until they fight somebody. So Frank Martin,
That
he
makes sense
deserves
too.
opportunity. He got a bunch of wins against a bunch of tomato cans, just like most fighters.
I feel like
He deserves opportunity to
that's an
prove
excuse to
everything to
duck.
the big guy.
Man, hey, listen.
Talking on the tank
When they say that,
slander.
I like when they say cab drivers. I ain't gonna lie.
I like to see Frank Martin versus Shakur.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
The fight fell through because it
Bro,
wasn't going to make enough money
Shakur
for
think he too big
Shakur
for
try
what he
to
is,
do the
bro.
same shit Devin did to him.
Man, oh God, Shakur gonna try to outprice himself, fool.
Bro, like just bro,
That's
like
how the fight didn't happen in the
I ain't
first
gonna lie.
place.
tripping,
People
bro.
think about it, though. Devin and
That's why he fight
Shakur,
on
they
Thursdays.
both scared of each other, bro.
huh?
Frank and Keyshawn
Each
Davis
other,
need to fight.
Shakur, like that
You
fight
think
could have
Devin
happened.
is? You think
Yeah, it could
Shakur
have
is
Shakur,
scared
happened,
of
but
Devin?
Shakur
Shakur,
wouldn't
it
know
seemed
why.
like maybe he was scared. I don't fucking know. He
But
should have took any. He
no,
should have took 5%.
there's one reason why Haney moved up. That's because of Tank and Shakur. That's simple as that.
Hell
My
no.
God,
Nah,
Yes,
Hell
No,
no.
no, no,
Haney
no,
couldn't
absolutely.
Cow.
make the weight no
my
more, bro.
God.
no.
Haney
He
couldn't
can't
make
wait
the
no
Devin,
weight
more.
no more.
he
Devin,
scared.
Devin is a weight bully, bro. He outgrew that
He couldn't
division.
make the weight no
Yeah.
more.
Devin is coming in the fights
The
at
only thing
160.
about Tank is you need a rehydration clause to fight him. Simple as that.
Stop it.
Bro, cause
He's
Devin be
smart
fighting
though.
at 160,
He's
bro.
smart
Haney,
though.
Like
yeah, Haney would get to like 165 and fight in 135.
I think them rehydration clauses are fair, to be honest. Cause
Yes.
fighters be coming
But
in
you
huge big as
starve
fuck.
yourself.
Hey,
That's
let me tell you something. To even not get a rehydration clause, just don't fight them small motherfuckers. That's all
Hey
I got to
KJ, when your
say.
next fight
Exactly.
is, bro?
Don't be a weight
That's
bully.
why Devin will never fight Tank. Devin has accomplished too much to where he has to accept a rehydration clause. But this
Fact.
is the thing. Tank not be able to pull this rehydration clause shit forever. He's gonna have to move up to 140. So shit gonna get hectic. We're gonna find out about Tank. We're gonna see how great he is. He has a chance to be remembered as one of the greatest lightweights of all time. And then going up to 140 and beating those guys, or he'll go up to 140 and find out. You know,
All
he
right,
gonna fuck around and find out. He might
let
go to
me ask you a
140, fuck around
question.
and find out. We don't
So
know.
Negro
Let me
said,
ask you
imagine
a
if
question
Canelo put a Real
about
Judgment
Devin.
clause on David.
Let me ask you a question about Devin. Now, when you say he accomplished a lot of things, other than getting the belts, like what do you mean by that? By
That's
like
easy.
the
That's
people he
easy.
fought, or just the fact that he got the belts?
As
His
I'm gonna
resume is
say,
decent.
listen.
Nah, his resume is
Do
not
you
decent.
get credit for being the number one pound for pound fighter in the world? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
was
Yeah.
Lomachenko, did people think of Lomachenko as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world at one time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
Yes.
Did Devin Haney
Bro,
beat
he won
Lomachenko?
that fight too. Devin won
Haney.
that
Yeah,
fight.
we not even going to talk about that. But did Devin Haney officially beat Lomachenko?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Officially.
Okay, so I answered your question.
He
Then.
won the
Tank
fight
Davis
too.
not
Okay.
fought
All right.
nobody like Lomachenko in his
Let,
life.
let,
Nobody gave that
let,
respect to
let me
Teofimo
tell you. Let
Lopez
me
though.
tell you why that didn't answer my question. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because did anybody consider Teofimo the best pound for pound or anything, and
I never
he
said
beat
Devin was
I
the
Loma?
ain't
best
gonna lie.
pound
Don't
for
say that.
pound
Don't
in
say
the
No, I'm
that.
just
UFC.
asking the question.
I know. I'm saying I'm answering your question. I never said Devin was the best pound for pound because he beat Loma. I'm saying that was a part of his great accomplishments that you was asking me about. The fact that he beat Loma, and that was a great accomplishment for Tio as well, because everybody thought Loma was fucking Teflon. I don't
But
know why, because Loma had already lost. But
oh
that was
yeah,
great for Tio.
the
Tio's resume is better because he fought and beat Loma. The difference between Tio, Haney, and Tank is that Tank hasn't fought no one like Loma to this
oh,
day.
oh
So,
yeah, and
all
what
right.
discredit?
I'm
Listen,
glad
listen.
you
I'm gonna
said
say
that.
this.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. So, do you believe that Pedraza's record is better than Loma's?
No, what?
No,
No.
bro.
What?
I'm
Not
going to
based.
say because listen.
Based.
Loma only got 20 fights and Loma is 17-3. So what you said?
Exactly. Oh no. Oh,
What?
you know what? I take that back. I said the wrong name. I meant Leo Santa Cruz is better than the record is better than Loma.
He's
Yeah.
not even.
Listen. Loma's record is a lot of is really weird, and I don't think Loma has a good record to be honest with you. And
Exactly.
you can say Leo has a better record, but at the end of the day, Leo Santa Cruz was jumping up in weight. It was the opposite when Loma fought Tio and Haney. Loma's actually a smaller guy for lightweight. He lost to both of those guys because when a man is bigger than Loma, that's when his ass starts struggling. Tank and Loma are around the same size, so we're not gonna have to worry about that. And I think that Loma, his style matches up well with Tank, and I think that Tank will lose that fight. And if you don't believe me, how come Tank ain't fight him 3-4 years ago? Why did Floyd used to say I'm about to throw you in there with Loma as a way to get Tank back under control?
But you know what's funny about you saying that? Because it
What?
was the opposite. It was the opposite because Tank was saying he wanted to fight Loma, and Floyd was saying, "I don't want you to fight him. Just let him age out. Let him don't fight him." He kept and he's on many interviews saying that Floyd was the reason that fight didn't go down. He wanted to fight him, but Floyd was saying, "Don't even
Whenever
worry about him. He out the
I
door
hear what you're
because of his
saying,
age."
I hear what you're saying, but now we getting more into the like he say she say thing. But I'm gonna just end out with this.
Man, I can't
There's
wait for Carmel versus Canelo.
article Floyd saying his next fight gonna be Lomachenko out of frustration when Tank is not listening to Floyd's instructions. So he would use Loma as a way to get Tank back in check. He would say, "I'm gonna throw you in there with Lomachenko." So Floyd knew something that I know. Floyd knew something that I think Tank knows is that Loma is a dangerous fighter. Do I think that Tank could beat Loma? Yes, Tank has a chance against anybody. He has great skill and he can knock people out. But do I think he would beat Loma? No. Will he ever even fight Loma? No. And the fact that he doesn't have no one the caliber as a Lomachenko on his resume, his shit doesn't
And
compare
that's
to
why I brought up Leo Santa
Leo.
Cruz.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Leo
like
Santa Cruz is
his
what
not
I
his
I
want
ain't
to
gonna
say.
lie.
no
Luis
damn
Santa
Leo
Cruz
Loma.
Santa
not gonna
Cruz
beat
record
Loma.
is way better than Loma's. Like he's a multiple weight division champion. I just don't even understand what just that one person. Leo
But
Santa Cruz is better than
listen.
Lomachenko. Like literally.
Loma waited
This
too
what I
long to
want to
turn pro.
question about that. Even if he have a better record than him, but you also gotta throw in like the big names, like what we said about Tio. Oh, I mean about Tank. He doesn't have like a Lomachenko, a Cambozes, a Tiafimo, or Devin Haney, or
Yeah,
Shakur.
both.
Kambosos trash,
Exactly.
bro. He
Please
overrated,
don't
bro.
bring up
Yeah,
Cambosos.
Camboso, you can't
That
use
dude
him.
is a
He
Cam,
did not
cherry
bring
pick gone wrong. I don't
You
want to
talking
hear
about what
nothing
you
about
are,
Cambosos.
hey, bro, leave
If
that
you
guy
bring
out
up
of the
Cambosos,
conversation.
It just
somebody
came
else
out.
bring up
Leave that guy out of the
Andy.
Hey,
conversation.
Bring up
hey,
Andy Ruiz then.
Hey,
it just
my
came out, bro.
Batman,
It just
thanks for all
came out.
those gifts, man.
Flicker
To
jab.
be honest, in my opinion, I think the closest one to come and beat Tank is T.O. If the
Huh?
fight happened.
Eh, I don't know.
I think Andy could
Tank
beat
gonna
Tank.
It's
beat
I
hard
T.O.
to
think
say
in my
who
opinion.
beats Tank. It, like it really you
Shakur probably.
only
Shakur
you
probably.
gotta give it to
I
the
don't
guy
Shakur
know
that got
about
high
Tank,
definitely.
Hey,
volume
big punch.
man.
Somebody
and
said
great
Loma won
defense.
Olympic gold. That's a good point, but this is why I'm not going to really hold on to that point, or I'm not going to really bring in the fact that Loma was one of the most decorated amateur fighters. He underwhelmed in the professional ranks. So all that amateur shit, at the end of the day, it didn't matter when it was time to play for the money.
Hey,
Facts.
He,
listen, I ain't
he's
saying he was an
17-3.
all. Listen,
I
I
ain't
ain't
gonna
It's
saying
lie,
about
he
I
like
really
super
Ukrainian
good,
the
but
didn't
like,
Ukrainian
why y'all
guys.
think Cambo's is garbage? He only lost to
Campbell's
think.
David.
He
good.
not
He just not.
garbage,
He
He
just
ain't
not.
garbage.
his
He
Bro,
is garbage.
He's
but
just
He's a
garbage.
one fight name. He's a
he's
one
not
fight
up there
name.
with those guys you listening to like as
Yeah,
a
I know what you're
Not
talking
a,
about. But like, he only lost to Devin though.
what?
He only beat
They
TFT.
said his fight after that. They said it was a gift decision.
yeah, his fight after that looked trash. He looked
He
trash.
almost lost
What
to the
about
nobody.
Andy Ruiz then? To me, him and Cambosos are in the same position. Him and Andy
Hold on,
that's
you
a
said
Ruiz
great.
Andy
is
Ruiz?
He said Andy Ruiz. You talking about the heavyweight?
You talking about
Can't
yeah,
what?
compare them
yeah.
two together though.
Oh,
That's a
Anthony
great.
No,
That's a
Andy
Joshua.
Ruiz is
similar
dangerous. Yo,
comparison.
Andy Ruiz, because of his hand speed, also he got himself in shape. Also, he might be on some shit. He dangerous. Like people don't look at like there's heavyweights that would be like, damn, I gotta fight Andy Ruiz. All right, I gotta be ready. This motherfucker, he got them quick hands. He got that. What attribute does Cambosos have to make somebody be like, oh shit, I gotta be on my toes
But
tonight?
Nothing.
was that
Nothing.
before or
The speed. That's
after
it.
the Anthony Joshua fight?
What do you
After.
mean? Oh, you talking
But
about?
y'all
Before
gotta
Oh,
Anthony
understand.
Joshua
Listen,
fight as
listen,
well
It was
though.
listen
only
though.
You're
Listen
after.
saying, yeah,
though.
of course, after the Anthony Joshua fight, because that's when the world was put on notice about his. That's how it happened. It's a lot of guys that can fight, but you've never seen them on no pay per view event, so you don't know how great they are. Angie Ruiz shows that under the lights, he's fast as hell, he's dangerous as hell, and he had another fight after that where he got knocked down, got up, and was able to beat. It was another Hispanic fighter, but he was able to land some hard shots on his ass too. I
But
forgot
hey
the
though,
dude.
I,
I
listen,
watched it.
The reason
listen
I
though.
say that is because him and Cambosis to me did the exact same thing. They got a good shot off, on an unpredictable. Well, nobody thought they was
The
gonna
underdog
win, and
win.
they
Hold
thought they
up.
was gonna,
No,
and
I
they
got
thought
to
it was a
stop. It's a
cherry
false
pick.
equivalency. Andy Ruiz
No.
stopped Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he
Camboso
hit
did
him in the
not
back of
stop
the head to
Teofimo. It
do
wasn't
it.
a good shot. It was a good 12 rounds. It's not
But
comparable.
But he won by
that
split decision though.
first knockdown when he first caught him, it was in the back of the head. His equilibrium was off that whole fight after that. Like he never recovered from that first shot
Who
that
you talking about?
That's not
Tio?
true.
Andy
You
Ruiz
talking
got him.
about Anthony Joshua?
He definitely
Oh,
recovered.
Anthony Joshua.
No, he didn't recover, bro. He didn't
You talking
recover.
about who
You
you talking
can't
about?
really
You talking
recover
He,
about
from a
Camboso?
behind the
he's
head
talking
shot.
about
Anthony Joshua
how
didn't
Anthony
recover from
Joshua
the
got
first
hit.
knockdown.
His equilibrium was
Wait,
off.
are you talking about Joshua or Camboso? Because Camboso's you cannot say that Tio got hit behind the head and he ain't recovered
He
for 12
didn't. He
rounds.
got hit in the throat, and that's why he had surgery right afterwards. Like
Okay, okay, but
He was fucked
I'm
up
gonna be
the
honest
whole
with you.
rest of that
I don't
fight
even
too.
remember that.
It
I
was the
don't even
same
remember that.
situation.
I don't
He
know,
got hit
bro.
in his throat. I
Yeah,
thought
he
it was
got
in
hit
his
in
throat.
his throat. He had
Didn't
Didn't
I
surgery
thought it was in
the
the
there.
rest
ref
was
raise
after that
Tio
fight.
saying?
I
he was
thought
gonna
he
die.
punched
Not
it
All
right
type of
into his
shit.
recommend.
chin.
His ass lost. That's what we know. His ass lost,
He
and
lost. He
he
did.
most likely lost to Sander Martin. But boxing don't work like that.
Hey,
Sander
hey,
Martin not making no
hey,
money.
I got a question for y'all too. You agree like Tio up there with like Loma, Devin, Shakur, and Tank and shit like
Yes.
Not
that?
yet.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah,
Yes.
Tio, yeah,
No,
he
yes,
with
he
them boys.
is.
He
He
with them boys. He
definitely
could beat any of those guys on any given
But
night.
Bro, the
but
way he
okay,
outclassed
okay. I want to say this.
Tio definitely beat Haney in my opinion.
Hey, I
He
want to say
released
this.
all of them, but
So
he
if you
can't
saying
beat Bobby.
Cambosis is trash, but he took Tio's off.
Because
and
anybody can have a good
TFT's
night. Anybody can have a good night.
Yeah, I'm about to
Camboso,
say the thing about all these fighters, they can all beat each other. Like it's not really
And he
a
won by split
solidified.
decision.
he didn't say that. He
Decision.
ain't say that.
been
He
on his
won
ass.
by split decision. It wasn't no majority decision.
the
It wasn't none of that.
the
Split
way
decision.
that Shakur Stevenson talked to Cambosos and the way that Cambosos was, if you watch, it was them two talking back and forth. Cambosos was asking him like, "I'm pretty good, right? I'm pretty." Asking him was he good and shit because Cambosos don't feel like he really on them dudes level, and it's because he not on them dudes level. And Shakur talked to him like down. He talked to him like he wasn't shit because that's how they look at it. Like Cambosos, He a
He's
fighter
not.
that fight.
Because he
He
ain't.
fight hard, but he
Point
don't
He's
have.
is
not.
the
I
way
mean,
how he
I
ran
mean,
in that
they
fight,
say that's
that's
because
crazy.
his personality's like that.
Bro,
If he
Shakur be
fight
full
Tank
of
like
himself.
that, bro, Tank go do him dirty.
He
Who?
a
Who?
C
Shakur?
class fighter, bro.
Shakur?
Shakur,
Yeah, he might be
Shakur
Campbell.
got no chin, bro.
but I swear
Shakur
to
He
God,
got
don't.
no
if
chin. We ain't never
Shakur
seen his chin
runs,
got
if
tapped though.
if
Like he
Shakur
just
Shakur
runs,
chin never got tapped
Shakur
though.
going to
he's not
sleep
gonna
if Tank
fight,
hit
If
bro.
that shit.
Shakur runs, he's winning the fight. It don't matter.
Thank you.
No, he's
Thank
not.
you.
No, he's
Thank
not.
you.
No,
All
he's
you have
not.
to do is do
If
your
Bro,
best.
Shakur runs, he's
Get him
winning the
close.
fight.
He's not, bro. Tank is going to tear
actually.
him up, bro.
bro,
Shakur's a better
he
boxer
gonna
than
get hit
Tank.
at least once.
Shakur is a better
And when
boxer
he
than Tank.
do,
Bro,
I
Tank go
agree with
crack Shakur if he does
Elijah.
that. I'm telling y'all.
Have you seen Tank cut off the ring and
Yeah, we seen Tank cut off the ring against
And we
flat-footed
also
Mexican.
Foot
and we
flat footed
seen Tank
Mexicans,
and we
not
seen
fast
Tank
footed
being
because like
pressed.
Shakur
exactly?
does that
Shakur,
in a fight with Tank. Tank gonna win. I'm telling
Tank
you.
gonna clap his
hey,
cheeks,
V
dog.
No, he's
Ron
not.
Bum,
No, he's not.
you're
Whoa.
capping. You're capping.
Oh,
Yo,
Whoa.
hey, yo.
Oh.
I don't think Tank gonna do all that. I think Tank he might just try to win. I don't know about all that, the cheeks and all of that, man.
Now
So
if he
KJ,
just
bro,
fight Tank like if
Hey,
he fights
hey,
Tank,
have
like,
you,
yeah,
hey,
but
let me tell y'all
when your
something
next
like
fight
this.
is, KJ?
Tank doesn't throw many
I don't know. I
punches
had a
to
fight Saturday. The dude ain't come.
Got
Maybe because
canceled. He was scared, bro. We was
Tank don't
scared.
throw
no,
many
I don't think he
punches to
was
beat
scared.
someone
Like,
like
bro,
Shakur.
I'm not people. I don't know what the hell to be happening in these fights. Like maybe because it snowed. He was in Gaithersburg. Maybe he got snowed in. I don't fucking know. All
You
I
did
know
all
was
that
I was
running. You
like,
did all that running for no fight. How you feel?
I know, bro. I was mad as a bitch.
Hey,
I was
Canelo
mad
Most
Inoue
too.
fighters, listen, listen,
versus
listen.
Anthony
Most
Joshua.
fighters, they be scared and shit. I had somebody there to record, so I was ready to try to put on the show because I knew I was putting that shit on TikTok. Like I don't be fighting like scared or worried and none of that shit. Like, I was ready to show my
Yeah.
ass just so I could talk shit on the TikTok. So he kind
And
of
I
ruined.
can't wait to see your fight on TikTok. That's gonna be
Oh,
lit.
everything. I seen you go live and then it was against like red versus
Wait, what's your
blue.
record, dog?
These
My record
amateurs.
0-50, 0-50 all losses.
Either
Damn,
way,
that's
champion or winning.
good.
Underdog revenge season on the way. Revenge
No,
tour.
no, no, no.
Let's get it,
I ain't really
champion or
on.
losing.
I ain't really on 50. They be robbing my ass. Like
You
I
on
got
50,
footage.
bro?
I have a footage. I give you an example. You go to KJITV, you see me with my shirt off at a face off with a dude. His name was Michael Durgan or Dargan or some shit. I'm in Philadelphia, his home crowd. I buy circles around his ass. He was
He
fast.
cracked you, bro?
No, I buy circles around him, beat him. He had his head down. I knocked him on the ground. All of that shit. Knocked him into his own corner. They raised his hand and let him put on some fake phony ass belt. Michael, if we fighting the pros or if we fighting against the amateurs, I'm gonna beat your ass again. But
Home
Bro,
time
I
why
can't
why'd
advantage.
they do
control that
that to
they
you, bro?
raise. I can't control that
Hey,
they raise their hands.
Home time
Only thing I
advantage.
can do is try to
What
record
y'all
all
hey,
these
what
fights.
y'all
hey.
thoughts
So
on
KJ,
Boots
listen,
versus
I
Crawford?
gotta say this. Let it would have
Yeah.
been a pro fight. You would have won that fight.
Tell
Let
him
it
come
No,
to
would.
Baltimore.
no, it's not about that. That's why it's like I'm learning when I go pro, I'm gonna just try to stop everybody because I don't have no promoter behind me. I started late and shit, like so they
Yeah.
looking at me like where are you coming from? The
You
only thing
really
that
need a name in the amateurs. You need a name. Like it's sad. I've seen a
yeah.
lot of name
No, but
guys
it's not
win
not just the
Nah, not
amateurs.
really, because
Boxing
decision.
period.
Bud didn't have a good amateur career.
Yeah, but Bud he started young, so they knew who he was. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I started boxing at 22, so I shouldn't be
Damn.
beating some of the people that I be beating, and they don't like that shit. So they'd rather just say, "Oh no, you lost, you lost," and they be matching me up with super middleweights. Like two fights, I come in at 152, 154. They like, "Oh, we don't got nobody your size. You gotta fight a 165 pounder." And even if I
Damn.
put hands on him, they still raise his hand. So I just be like, fuck it. I tell everybody, yeah, I'm on 50. But on video, I be whooping these people ass and they gotta live with it.
You ever
Yeah,
Like,
stopped
that's
anybody?
crazy.
People
no,
just be
no,
cheating for
I never
real
got
at this
I don't
point.
even when I rock somebody, I never even got a fucking 8 count.
People just be cheating for real at this point.
Somebody did Mike echoing.
Hey, what your thought on Boots versus Crawford though?
I don't
I go
have thoughts
Crawford.
on it, bro. I got a Patreon breakdown that's 35 minutes long. That's my thoughts on it. Go sign up for Patreon.
Wait a minute. Is
Hell no.
Pitbull moving to 140?
Huh?
He better not.
Pitbull moving to 140?
Pitbull?
Yeah.
Bud gonna take Boots to the deep water.
Nah, if Anyway
No,
keeps going up, him and Cruz and Anyway would be a good fight.
Now they were saying that
no.
he
Bro,
was
no,
supposed to be
Canelo versus
fighting.
Inoue would
He
be
way too
fire, dog.
small,
You
bro. He
said
too small.
Canelo versus Anyway?
No, he's supposed to be fighting Roy.
Wait, what?
He supposed to be fighting Rolly, Pitbull.
Carmel versus Inoue.
Carmel has to get. that experience in the fight anyway.
Carmelo gotta get experience, but bro, anyway, not gonna age like Floyd, bro. Anyway, gonna be done in like 4 years, and he would have to go up another weight class to fight Carmelo. Like they're
Yeah,
not
they're
gonna,
never fighting, bro.
they're never
You
gonna
gonna have,
fight, bro.
you're gonna be like
It's a
Pacquiao.
damn shame that anyway is such a naturally small man. If he's a little bit bigger, his ass really be put to the test. But it
Oh
is.
God.
Bro, it wouldn't be winning because there's like nobody in them lower weights.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that he just be winning because he the best in his era at that weight class. But if he
Bam,
was
In his
naturally,
country.
Bam in anyway would be a good fight too.
Yeah, Bam will get cracked, bro.
yeah.
Bam will get cracked by anyway. He'd lose. He
That'd
definitely
be a
lose.
good ass
But
fight though.
Hold on.
but
Bam anyway in the same weight.
nah,
Nah,
I think Bam is.
like
Bro, I
10
think
over.
I think
Yeah.
Inway could be undisputed in a third weight class.
Mm-mm.
He could definitely go up. He could definitely go up another weight and do that.
No, hell no. That's it for him, bro. He 30. He like 30 something too.
Dog, I'm talking about the weight class right above the one he's undisputed in right now.
He's 126. It'll be 126. I mean, it make a difference, bro. Them 4 pounds make a difference when they light
He's
like
gonna
that.
beat all them
Chill
guys.
press. Chill press.
He need to fight Tank. I'm playing.
Hey, chill out.
I got a question, KJ. What boxer you think right now is chasing the most greatness? Is it Devin Haney?
Haney,
Yeah, Devin for sure.
Benavidez,
Ngannou.
and
Ngannou.
Nagano.
Huh?
That's
Ngannou
an argument though.
if
That is
Ngannou beats
that's actually
Anthony
a valid
Joshua,
argument.
if Ngannou beats Anthony Joshua, he's gonna be remembered forever.
Greatest
Like,
athlete.
no one never gonna forget about how great that motherfucker is.
Hand-to-hand combat athlete. I'll give it to you.
Bro, Ngannou not even a UFC fighter anymore or MMA fighter anymore. He's just a boxer.
Nah, Ngannou
That's
just a
not true.
straight up combat athlete.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's a trained athlete. Yeah, he's
They
a
should have
trained
gave him that
fighting athlete.
decision against Fury.
Dude, a boxer
God
winning
give him
MMA
power.
fighter.
Everybody's scared of. From
Bro,
the
the
Facts.
reason he
Congos
couldn't
and
get in
digging
this shit with
roots.
And Nagano got the
I mean,
power to
that was
ask.
one boxing.
Man, listen, Nagano got the power to ask you which way you want to get your ass whooped. In an MMA ring or the boxing ring? Which one you want?
It
To
got
be
to a
fair,
bad motherfucker, man.
I feel like Tyson Fury came out definitely underestimating him a lot.
Maybe he washed stuff from all those fights with Wilder.
Man, what y'all think of Wilder, man? He looked ass in that last fight.
He need to retire because the fire not there no
He
more.
didn't
He
even
got a
look
lot of
ass,
fights
bro. He
left.
looked the same.
But no,
The same shit that happened to
One
Tyson
thing,
when he was at
one
the
thing
Spurs.
that did that to Wilder, he came in at 213 pounds, dude. Dude, he's like 6'7".
He came he came in at that weight around the Fury fight, the first Fury fight. That's it. He's
Yo,
naturally not a guy that carries a lot of weight. He put
I
on
was
weight because he wanted to try to stop himself from stop himself from getting tired from Tyson leaning all that fat on his ass. But he's naturally a dude that'd be around 215.
You think
yeah,
he
I
could go
think
and
Wilder's
excel?
best performances came at 215.
Huh?
Wilder's best performances came around like the
Yeah,
215.
215. That's facts, bro.
So he was like at the weight that he should have been at.
Wilder
after he was
should have got that first fight against Fury.
Now,
Yeah,
one
they
thing it is,
they shouldn't
he
have
tried
did
to
that long count. That would have been better for the legacy.
Wilder just tried to box instead of like go through his old fighting style.
You try to act, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks, bro.
Facts.
Wilder's not a boxer. He should have stuck to his guns. But now it's like I don't know what he's doing. I just know that I hope he don't try to stick around too long. He don't have good defense. He never was a boxer, so he's gonna be taking all these big ass shots from men that are larger than him. And it's just not worth it. You already made 50 million, 100 million, 150 million. You got kids. What's the point?
Yeah, power was the only thing he had.
Do you
He had a lot of intangibles. He had a lot of heart. He had a lot of aggression. He had a lot of
Yeah, bro. He's getting dropped, getting
endurance.
up.
His power would last for 12 rounds.
do you guys think that now AJ beat Wallin, he's got a better resume than Fury?
Nah, hell no, man.
You don't think that?
We gonna see the
Yeah, what y'all think of Usyk versus
fight? Yeah, the Usyk fight. We gonna.
Bro, he fought Usyk, but he lost, so we can't give him credit for that. He beat Klitschko. That
Yeah.
was great, but that was early in his career. Wallin ain't no but damn body, and Wallin was already beat by Tyson Fury. So how the fuck would him beating Wallin give him a better resume than Fury? And we wanted to see AJ fight Wilder all them years ago. AJ already said, "I'm waiting because I'm gonna be here long after them guys are gone." Meaning he never had no intention to fight Wilder or Fury.
Didn't AJ bring out that the Wilder team turned down the 50 mil offer from Wilder like twice?
Yeah, No, you said the Wilder. No. AJ tried to.
I'm oiled up right
He
now,
tried to
bro.
outprice himself, and he didn't know that Wilder had sponsors behind him, and they actually put up the money, and it shocked AJ, and AJ didn't go for the fight. AJ didn't want that fight at that time. The only reason he wanted now is because he already tasted defeat, and he no longer cares what people think about if he loses or potentially gets knocked out. Also, Wilder looks weaker than he's ever looked in his career, so this would be the perfect time to fight Deontay Wilder.
And it'd be funny if he come back and knock his ass out.
He's fighting Hergovich next, though, isn't he?
Oh, on everything we need Brand Supreme on the live. For real.
I don't know, bro. I'm about to be up out of this bitch.
I know, but I'm saying is Supreme, like, he do the same thing you do. Like, he got a decent following. He bring people up, talk about boxing and stuff like that. And
Yeah, we
he's
gonna get him next time. All right, yo, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here.
I'm over here stroking my shit. I got lotion on my dick.
All right, bro. Your ass
whoa,
gotta
bro.
go.
You tweaking.
Before I go, your ass gotta go, boy. Yeah.
All right, KJ.
Milwaukee, Elijah Johnson, thanks for coming up. War, thanks for coming up. TikToker, I don't know, you probably not be able to come up for like a week or something, cause that was out of pocket. But yeah, man, we had a great live, bro. You didn't win from Canelo, but notice Tank really is the face of boxing. Every time I try to make a live about somebody else, it always go back to Tank. So we got to give Tank his credit. He the face
Yeah,
of boxing, bro. Like
he definitely
everybody
is.
want to
Yeah, he
know about
definitely.
Tank Davis. Everybody want to
Nah,
know who he gonna fight.
that's Canelo.
No,
I got
yo. Every time I want to focus the topic on Canelo, it goes to Tank. If I make a live about Haney, if I make a live about fucking Benavidez, it goes back
I
to
mean,
Tank.
but Tank only fights for the money.
I mean, y'all act like y'all really care about legacy. Don't nobody know the intercontinental belt and this belt and that belt. People don't really care what you fight for. People just want to see him fight because he knocks people out. Mike Tyson legacy is bullshit. Mike Tyson don't have no real notable wins on his resume, but to this day, people will argue you down about how he's one of the best ever, how he could have beat Ali, how he could have beat this person, that person. The average person, they act like they care about shit they don't care about. They don't care that Tank isn't fighting for legacy. It's just something that they heard other people say, so they said.
I think that's why Shakur's getting all the negative stuff now. But in reality, Shakur is he's masterful boxing, just not the most appealing to watch.
Yeah.
So that's why people are discrediting him now.
And the sport has done a horrible job of educating the fans. So, and we living in the one of the most shortest attention span time periods ever. So if you're not knocking somebody out or you're not making ass whooping highlights like Terrence Crawford and shit like that, they're not going to be able to appreciate what you do. Part of that is because of HBO and the direction that they went when they tried to make everything about knockouts and shit. And part of that is just the social media 15-second video craze that is going on. Like,
facts.
nah, bro.
And
People
there's
need
a
to
lot of
sit their
it's a
ass
lot of
down.
teenagers be watching boxing too, be thinking it's about knockouts and shit.
Yeah. But I mean, as they get older, they learn, like, bro, it's dude. A lot of times this is when people grow up in boxing. When they see that knockout guy get that ass whoop, that's when they be like, oh shit, there's more to it than that. So
Yeah,
Tank Davis, when
But it's
he
a
starts to
well,
make these big fights, it's gonna change a lot.
Facts.
look at Shakur when he fought Yoshino and Herring and Konsikau and stuff. He schooled them, stayed in the pocket most of the fight, was countering on the inside and stuff. But then he has
He might
one
have been
bad
hurt
night.
against De Los
yeah,
Santos.
that's what boxing.
Yeah, he has one bad night against De Los
What you about
Santos,
to
and
say
then
about Edwin,
he stops ruin.
KJ?
Oh, I just said that he might have been hurt against De Los Santos. He said he was hurt, and I
Yeah,
believe him because he never really fought like that before.
facts.
Yeah, I've never seen him do that before.
Yeah, he said his left hand was hurt,
Yeah,
and
but
I
Roy
rarely did
Jones
see him
said
throw it.
the right was hurt. You got to beat him with the left. Y'all must have forgot.
Yeah,
But seriously though, when you get one injury and you trying to make a case for fighting Tank or Devin, you gotta still be electric with the injury. Like that's just how this shit is. But yo, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a great night. Thanks
yeah,
for
you
contributing
two have a
to the
good one.
live.
You too.
Full live replay will be on YouTube. Everybody that was watched the live, full Boots versus Bud breakdown 35 minutes is available on Patreon. As my name grows, my Patreon is gonna start to grow as well. So you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. Y'all have a good night.
You too.